仮面ライド
Hey guys, welcome to the 67th episode of the Soda Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Josh.
Another decade! I can't believe they didn't do that.
Yeah,
Right?
well, hey, check this out. Today is going to be a pretty packed episode. First up, we've got our news, which was really huge. We've got some pre-orders to get through, just to sort of talk about that. Then will end us up into our topic, which you guys talked about in the podcast topic Discord channel. So if you're listening to this and you haven't contributed, there is a place to do that almost every week, hopefully, maybe. But yeah, let's hop on in to the very exciting news blog. Josh, why don't you take care of this?
Alright, it is my time to shine again. So, remember last week, I was a little excited that the Another Riders were back, and they were doing another 0-1. And I was like, you know,
Never
they
doing
didn't
it
go
again.
back and do... And they're never doing it again, but it's okay, at least we got, like, one more. Well, so, AI-10 is not going to just give us one Another Rider with another 0-1, but they will be making sure that they can get one last Geo figure in the 0-1 sets, and that is Another Decade. I'm so excited. When I saw the thumbnail picture when they update the blog posts, and it was just right there front and center. I was like, oh, they're not. No way.
Yeah.
So
Another 2.5.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Basically, I really did not expect this at all. Really, not in any of our predictions whatsoever to be in this, but
Yeah.
we are getting
There,
it.
because there are so many other 0-1 things that had to be done.
I know. But wow. So this figure is definitely interesting. It is extremely sticker heavy. Which makes sense. That head.
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. Yeah. So
That. Oh man, that is such a tragic looking face.
When we get this, when I have this in hand, I need to see what the face looks like without the sticker, because I'm thinking maybe I will just cut the sticker into strips, because it seems like there's molded detail that it's going over. So it's like, what if I just cut it up?
Oh, I don't know, man.
I mean, I really don't know how else they would have
look
done it.
worse than it already is.
That's true.
I guess. I don't know, man. It looks pretty tragic. I've been saying this for a bit, but
I mean,
This is-
I don't really know how else they could have done it. So it.
yeah,
I don't
especially because
Yeah.
they talked about sort of what went into the decision to make it both ABS and stickered up.
Right.
So the problem with going with PVC was that the slits would have been too thin.
Yeah.
So they had to go with a more durable plastic. I can't tell if they just omitted the slits anyway. And then on top of that, they weren't getting any paint under there. There's no way. If you do that in PVC, you have to paint the whole thing, because there's no stickering that up. So they just went with that, and I guess it's not technically the worst possible option. I feel like it was the only option.
Exactly.
But
I
at
mean,
least they did something kind of interesting with the skirt thing, because as was pointing out in our Discord, it seems like this might be a new way that the skirt is attached. It doesn't look as bulky as the ball joint approach.
yeah, it's definitely not.
I like it better, and that's where
I do too.
the PVC went. And
Yeah,
it was
it
another
definitely makes it look more accurate.
Absolutely. it was another situation where they said, Dodo needed the PVC anyway, so we're gonna try to fit this right into the mold.
I was about to say, I saw some mention of Dodo in there.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the last wave. We can justify having this much PVC. Just please let us do this.
And they were begging Bandai.
Yeah, I mean, I just from a distance, it looks really good. The face
from a distance.
From a distance, you know what? The face, it kind of has this thing going on where if you look at it up close, it still looks like it's from a distance because I still cannot see a face in there.
That's true. It's very blurry.
It is for sure. I mean, it's a complicated head design. So
yeah.
I mean, I really don't know how else they could have captured it. So I mean, I think it looks for the most part, it looks really good.
The more that I think about another,
mm-hmm.
the more I feel like it belongs in Shodo-o.
Yeah.
To where like it can get the full like paint and everything, or
Right. Well, not just the paint; it's just that type of molding, the organic molding.
That's true. Where it's just more complicated.
Yeah, and like we saw another Agito in that line, and like far and away, it is technically the best another rider that we've had.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just the best looking.
This is true. Because I was about to say, it would look good in Shoto if they would do anything more recent than 10 years ago. It'll happen eventually.
But I mean,
they'll run out of Showa villains. They'll get there eventually.
Yeah, they'll run out and then just start over again.
You know what? Yes, that's genuinely this slight off topic. I've been kind of wanting to get a Hibiki, but I've held off on getting the Shoto one because I'm like, well, they're starting to remake a bunch of these, and the Hibiki one could use an update because the purple doesn't look that good.
Right? Like, that's the thing. Like, anything that hasn't made it into X yet that you're interested in, I would wait.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Decade and, like, everything that's being covered by Saber.
Absolutely, because I've already got that.
Yeah, that would make the most sense.
Yeah, it'd also be fun Hibiki and shodo-x to get the motorcycle, because, first of all, that's technically Ibuki's motorcycle, not his, and second, it's, like, the most realistic motorcycle out of all of them, because it's just, like, a regular one.
Right, but the thing is, like, I've noticed this, in all the bikes that I've put together, a lot of it uses a similar sprue for, like, the base bike. So, like, they don't have, like, a chopper like they do with Hibiki. It's, like, that stunt bike that they always use, right? And all of the ones that I've put together really fit that sort of structure, that dirt bike structure. Because a lot of it is similar.
Right.
And it just has the skin over it. So what I'm saying is, like, most of the bikes so far follow that pattern, and if you deviate from that, that's going to be a lot more molding.
Ah, true. You know what? I'll just take Hibiki.
Dude, I'll take Hibiki and the rest of the riders. Like, we don't have anything else in that scale outside of, like, the HG ones or whatever.
Yeah.
The closest thing we have is SIC Kiwami Tamashi, and it doesn't even have trumpet boys. So I don't even know what the point is. We have the guitar people, but we don't have trumpet boys.
The guitar people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to call them. There's someone about an Ibuki. I don't know who it is.
The guitar people are Todoroki and Zanki.
Oh, right. Zonky butt. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
You might remember.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Decade.
Just go back to another Decade for a second. Well, actually, first of all, thanks to Rai for giving me her another 01 and another Decade figures.
Oh, nice.
That makes so much sense.
So, I sent this picture to her on Saturday night, and she was just like, "Yeah, of course you can have him. I don't want him."
Get these damn Zeo characters out of my 0-1 line.
Exactly. Because in classic Soto fashion, they announced these two after all like the pre-orders had closed for the set. So I was like, oh, cool. So I didn't know those were going to be there, and I need them because they're another riders.
Like, there are so many surprises here that like we know that the next one has to be Arc 1, right?
Oh, it has
unless
to be.
Unless Soto just says, no, we're not going to be doing that. We actually have one small build thing that we forgot to do, so we're throwing it in here.
See, it's so weird because the press.
Say, hey, we managed to make Naki.
Oh yeah. Oh my.
Yeah.
Could you
for
imagine
some reason
if we
ran out of time to make Arc 1.
Yeah, so we get Naki.
Yeah.
No, I mean I feel like we'll probably get Arc 1 this weekend since he's debuting this weekend. I believe.
It lines up perfectly.
Yeah. Like
it just was also kind of funny since this past week we got the promo images for the set, like the official ones on like the Bandai site, and they excluded the final figure because it hasn't been revealed yet, and like we all are pretty confident in what it is. So
I mean they even said it in the blog itself. They were like, hey, in order to not to like take the wind out of next week's reveal, we're just gonna hide that for now, even on the calendar, and then once that's revealed on the blog, then we'll make it available. Like it's making something special for the blog post, and I really appreciate that. It's cool stuff.
So
100%, yeah.
So after another decade, can I talk a little bit about Saber, or are we saving that one for the end?
We are saving that one for when we talk about pre-order stuff, which
so chronologically, the blog had another decade, the Saber news, and then the Kuuga news. So, Corey, do you want to talk that one?
You think I'm equipped to talk about Kuuga? All right, sure, we'll figure this out. Guys,
because I was going to talk about the Saber thing. It would be like we all get our own thing.
Sure, okay.
The last thing I want to say about another decade before we move on, is so at the end of the little thing about him, which first of all I really liked the photo of them like recreating Tsukiyomi like stabbing him from the finale. That was cool. But also at the end of that,
luminous fractor. Don't forget.
Oh, that's right.
Luminous fractor.
Oh, how could I forget?
Yeah, I see.
They posted this like picture where they're talking about like, hey, we promised to finish Geo. We finished Geo. No, you didn't.
They turned their homework in with like the last 10% not even bubbled in.
They're like a 90%'s an A, right?
Yeah, like hello, God, the rest. Hello.
So
I was gonna say
they posted a thing, and they're like, the end of commercialization of Another Riders is done. I'm like, wait, no.
I posted after that. I posted like an entire thread of I want to say most of the Geo stuff we didn't get. I saw like
you posted like the Tide My Jeans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably should have put in another Agito. Oh, hello.
I dropped a pen. We're good.
Oh no. All right. You know what they could have done is, this is getting way off topic. They could have taken the old Guardian body, like the one with the jumpsuit, and then just put another Agito's head on it. Because we saw a lot of those people, right?
That would have been interesting,
right?
If only the Shodo head was compatible.
Corey,
I know.
Genuinely, because I was recently taking out a bunch of Guardians for a photo, I was looking at that jumpsuit one and just genuinely thinking recently, I wonder if there's anything they could use it for. You just answered that question.
Yeah, I mean, they could, but they won't because Geo's over, I guess.
Yeah,
Fine.
but also what I was going to say about them saying that they completed Geo, when they finished Tsukiyomi, you could have said that they 100%ed it, but now with another decade, they 1,000%ed it.
Both of those
I go
statements
for
could not be
100%.
any more wrong. There are so many things that we still need to get. I need Aqua's Time Jeans.
I need Aqua.
I mean, that's the thing. That would mean that Eternal would have had to show up in Geo's line. That would also mean that, like...
Hey, he got a Soto figure. He's fine. We need Aqua.
No. What I'm saying is, like, you know, as part of 01, there was not an Eternal release.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it would have been cool to get him. Like, just like a scaled down version or something. I don't know.
I just need another riders.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it seems like it's very obvious that the set is would be Aqua, Poseidon, possibly a jet ski. But I was talking earlier in the Discord about a Den-O and how, like, they're in a weird spot with Den-O because none of the things that they could release as premium Bandai sets feel like complete sets.
Yeah.
Because you would have to just put them all in one big villain bundle, basically.
Yeah.
Or
because,
two small villain bundles or something.
Well, because I was thinking,
it still wouldn't make sense, though.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, like, there was not really technically a movie exclusive form for the first Den-O movie. It was just like Gao was the exclusive. But then I thought, what if they made the kid version of Den-O?
Oh, that'd be cool. Mini Den-O.
The first kid-size Soto.
I'll take it.
That'd be neat.
No, after that, just make the Shoto figure. And then you can stand it next to the regular Soto figure.
No, you know what? I think I genuinely made a joke like this before. You could probably just get the old Motion Revive figure. That's pretty close to being short.
Let me get back to you on that real quick. Keep going.
Okay. Well, actually, I guess the next thing would be Corey because it's the Kuuga thing. So that
Wait! Fine. Hold on. I'm getting my Den-O. Hold on. I don't even have my regular Den-O here. Oh, good. Oh, freaking wonderful. His knees are gone.
Broken.
His knees have disintegrated. I can't believe I forgot.
I genuinely was about to joke that his knees were gone. Okay.
Yeah. It's a feature to Motion Revive. I mean, Malunis,
they have this really delayed play feature where it takes a couple years, but then eventually their knees just disappear.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Wasn't expecting it. Very surprised when I saw it happen.
I'm so
turned
glad
into dust
Shoto
before my
learned not to do
eyes.
that.
Huh?
I said I'm so glad Shoto learned from that. It seems like.
Oh yeah,
Because
absolutely.
the joints are built in a way that feels a lot more sturdy.
Because the thing is, like, Shoto has, let's say for the knee, 2 pieces, and they are the thigh and the shin, and you friction them together. With Motion Revive, it is the top thigh, the calf, a knee joint, and then 2 pins running through it, and that you know, those 2 pins at that tiny scale, or at least that knee joint, it disintegrates because there's, I don't know, either the plastic quality or just not enough space for it to exist. Either way, let's talk about some bikes. Oh wait, last thing on that subject. Malunis, how tall is the original Candy Toy Den-O figure compared to Soto?
I want to say it's about 3 3/4 inch.
Interesting. So it could be the right scale?
It would look really terrible next to any modern figure in terms of build quality.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Sure. Okay. Anyway, hey, let's talk some bikes, cause like, remember that thing that we completely missed the first time around?
Yeah.
The frickin'
That was fun.
Yeah, the the blurred out Trychaser. Well, we have an unblurred one that isn't in just like a prototype white.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it looks good. So
It looks like it's supposed to look.
I know it's premium Bandai, which we'll get into.
It's an experiment, just like most of Double.
Yeah.
Did we expect nothing else?
So they really wanted to go all out with this thing. They note that there are both ABS and PVC components, which has not been done with any other bike release yet. I don't think.
It doesn't. Yeah, I think 01's whole thing was that it used some PVC parts because the handlebars.
Oh.
It's
Well,
like you can put. Yeah, it was like the feature with the handlebars was just that you can actually just put the hand all the way through the handlebar. Because it's PVC.
Oh, yeah. But, like, they were saying something. Well, I guess it was more along the lines of there is both ABS and PVC, which isn't typically done.
Yeah, I was going to say, they could say that it's the first Chronicle bike with PVC and ABS, but that's not saying much.
I guess not. And the thing is, like, there's tons of paint. There's even, what is it? The tampo printing done for the symbol. And what they were sort of grappling with, was like, yeah, we thought about scaling it back maybe a little bit and just making it more affordable, the entire set, but this rarely ever gets a release. Like, there are rarely any Trychasers out on the market, so we're just gonna go all out. It's Kuuga's 20th. We're gonna go all out. And they went pretty hard.
Because it's not just the bike.
What's up?
I said, because it's not just the bike.
Yeah, it is the Gouram, which is pretty great, and I said this in the news video, but you could probably fudge it, and it could double as the final form ride of Kuuga.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
if you want.
Just glue a Kuuga figure underneath it, doing that pose.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pretty much.
But yeah, just like how Josh is all about like getting another representation, getting Hyper Battle DVD representation, I need my Final Form ride representation here.
Oh no, I definitely want that too.
Yeah. So yeah, the Gouram looks great. It takes up a lot of paint as well. And another thing about it is that you can recreate a scene where it's flying and Kuuga's just hanging from the bottom. They have an extra hand option for the Gouram, to where you can. It's a peg instead of one of the toes, so you can peg in Kuuga's hand.
That's clever.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's nice. You wouldn't have even noticed it unless they said something about it.
Mm-hmm.
They hid that one.
I'm not really a motorcycle guy, so this motorcycle design doesn't really do anything for me. But the next thing I love.
Yeah, it combines.
Yeah.
This turned out really well.
I think when it comes to the motorcycles and when it comes to weapons, I'm just generally into when they oversize something like this.
What do you mean?
Just beef it up. It's like a big beefy motorcycle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, not on top of, something that someone mentioned on the news video, their name was Winther. They said, man, it would be neat if they gave different tires to the Gouram, considering it wasn't a dirt bike underneath there and a super bike body and tires. I looked at the actual listing itself, because like typically the blog, once you look at it, there are more images later on. just in the premium Bandai listing. I did not see any sort of mention of that. None of the images indicated that was the case, which sucks, and that's a neat piece of trivia I now know and makes me slightly disappointed at this release for. But it's still really cool. Like, this thing is still very impressive. What sucks, though,
you can see why it's premium.
You can see why it's premium. You can see why it's, let's say about $60 for the whole set.
You wanted Chronicle bikes, you got them.
Yeah.
And you don't get a Kuuga figure, right?
No, you do not get a Kuuga figure.
Didn't think so.
Yeah.
I just realized that I just realized I keep making it sound like this is the first Chronicle bike, and I keep forgetting that we have a double set.
Yeah. So 6,200 yen before tax, and then with tax is 6,820. So that's roughly $65. It's already up for pre-order if you want to go through your middlemen. And here's something else. I completely forgot that we went over a Kuuga figure during we skipped a Kuuga figure.
Yep.
But we'll get there, I guess. They also said, so this is about the premium Bandai discussion. They also said that the gold power set is getting another run in Japan. My worry is that they didn't sell enough in America, and they were like, well, okay, we'll ship these back, or at least, like, you just, whatever quantity you guys were making, just resell them to your guys' area. That's what I'm worrying went down.
That's valid. I would say, just to help with that worry, I've definitely seen plenty of premium Bandai items where they're like I might be looking for a release date for a premium Bandai item like I did recently, and what I'll find instead is where they basically put up a new listing for resale. So it's like, oh, this got basically sold out, so we're just putting up another pre-order.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's happened before. There's a precedent set. It's just...
Mainly, I don't know if they've done it for Shodo. That's the thing. Is I know that they've done it plenty for, like, especially within 01, a lot of DX items.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, it lines up sort of along the time frame of, oh, hey, Bluefin took down the listing. They must have sold out. Oh, wait. Maybe not. That's it's probably just a case of, like, hey, we're seeing more demand of this. We're gonna order extra. Also, hey, America, you guys over there, do you want us to order you anything? Yeah. Oh, okay. Go Power. All right, we'll get you some too. And they just happen to be around the same time.
Yeah. The other thing I meant to say was that also I think every Soto set on Premium Bandai they made some mention of, hey, this is doing really well. I will say that this is the first time I've seen them say, we're relisting this because it's doing so well. But that might also be because it's Kuuga.
That's truga.
Wow.
Another thing, though, I do wonder, this is a pretty steep price. What if, I don't know that I want this to happen. What if it doesn't do quite well in Japan, and then they're like, hey, America, do you want any of these? Do you want any of this stuff? Hopefully, I don't know. As long as it gets here. But that's such a like, that's not really good mentality, because if that does happen, we're not getting any more bikes.
What I thought you were genuinely going to say is, what if it doesn't do well in Premium Bandai and they just decide to toss it to retail for no reason? Which would be kind of the opposite of how Premium Bandai works.
Oh yeah, that would not make any sense.
Very true.
But yeah. So that's it. That's cool. We also just had some Kuuga sprinkled in. Like just another release of the second set of Kuuga.
Amaaaaaazing Mighty.
Amazing
Yes,
Mighty.
Amazing Mighty.
So, there's not too much here to note that we don't already know. Like, there are no new accessories, but the thing about it is, or the thing about him is, he's got a matte finish to the chest, which is not present on any of the other figures, so they wanted to replicate a more accurate in-show look. And then also, this has got some of the most paint that a Soto figure's ever received.
I saw you mention that on Twitter, and I was just staring at it like, I guess technically this could be the most paint, because it's like, from a design standpoint, it's just like the regular Kuuga form, and that one's already got paint in all those places. But then Rising Mighty has that one shin guard, and then this one has 2 shin guards. So yeah, I guess that technically makes this the one with most paint by a small margin.
Could potentially be edging it out, like edging another figure out.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. You could say it's technically got the most paint by a small margin.
Yeah. Either that, or like they were trying to say something like, what is it?
Look at all this paint.
This is the most complete paint job we've done.
Oh yeah.
Before that, I feel like that might be a more accurate statement. I'm not 100% sure, because I don't read or speak Japanese. And check this out. Once again, we're not a credible news source. We could say anything.
Croatia.
Hell yeah.
Also, I also, just in addition to that, when you said that it also has the most complete paint job, it doesn't have the chest sticker like Mighty form. I just realized. So it definitely has. It does
have it on the back though.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
But yeah, so that's that. I mean, it's cool. I'm gonna get it soon. I do wonder though, if they wanted to drop big news for Kuuga, you'd think they'd wait, right? Unless there is something else they're gonna be telling us at the end of 2, like that there's gonna be a 3rd set.
DDDK.
Rising Ultimate.
If they do a Decayed Final Form set, it would have Rising Ultimate. It would have.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
I was
Ride plus 3.
For some reason,
a very nice set of 4 figures.
For some reason, we've talked about the idea of Chronicle Decade for a while, but for some reason, just recently, I realized, it's probably very difficult for them to justify doing that, because Decade and The End, if they were to re-release those were made to be for one box, so that might be really hard for them to justify. They would have to basically make entirely new molds, and that might be a good thing? Question mark?
It could also be premium.
Decade Armor O's form was like the Tajador body, and then when they made Tajador, they made an updated version.
That's true.
Like,
I mean, the Soto Plus bodies of them are already pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. Like Malunis was saying, those were made for a different price point.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And like to balance that wave out, because those are like powerhouses within a wave that takes up a lot of, stuff. But like, I think that I feel like that would have to be premium. That would have to be premium.
Probably.
Oh, probably.
Like, you have no Chronicle draw, right? Like there is no pre-existing Chronicle Decade. It's just Ride Plus.
Man, you hit the nail on the head when you said premium Bandai, because I just thought, yeah, that would give them an excuse to like do a new mold where the armor and the body are separate, and also they can be like, hey, all those things that were stickers on the retail release are paint now.
Oh boy,
you did this to us, Corey.
If they did something like that premium double release, which I definitely bought,
that's valid.
Yeah, we know you did, Corey.
It would sucker me back in to get another one. I don't know what it would be as part of my collection. I don't really even know what the painted version of the double is that I'm adding to my collection is for outside.
I know what it's for.
What?
It's for so you can have one on display, one on the bike.
Oh, you're right. There
it is. Because what I was gonna say was that the if I actually got all this double stuff Oreos, I figured you would make that reference.
We were all thinking it.
Anyway, if I had gotten everything from Sodo double, then what I would do is just use the proper painted version as like the one that's next to all the other riders, and then like the one, the original one would be like for form swaps.
Like Corey, it would be really cool to see a display from you with like double on the bike inside the Rebel Gary.
I mean,
and like, because I know you bought it for pretty much that reason.
Oh so. Yeah, exactly that. The express purpose of making that happen. I don't know. I'll see what I can do. Because obviously I don't have my own space yet.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I know that would take up a lot of space because Rebel Gary's pretty big.
Once I do get my own space, Rebel Gary's gonna be like a centerpiece.
You're gonna have like. Stuff. You're gonna have like an absolutely crazy Soda display. It's gonna look really cool.
I hope so. I just really can't wait to have like an incredible candy toy display in general. Anyway, I
was gonna say speaking of premium Bandai sets with a lot of paint, the Rising crew, the Golden Power premium Bandai set we talked a little bit about. Yeah. There's photos of them. They look nice.
I mean, like, 8 photos? They didn't when is it releasing? Because I'm pretty sure they're just gonna do another, like, lead-up thing.
Okay, I see it right here. It's, August 6th, so that's basically out as of recording.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah.
Wait, let me just double check. Yeah, end of sale. Okay, never mind.
Oh, okay, so the pre-order's closed.
Delivery date is October.
Oh, I'm not getting that for a very long time because the middleman I've been working with, my friends and I have been working with, they can't ship stuff out. Like, they're just a dude trying to help us get some toys. They're not like a company that has access
everything is so difficult right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, I get it, but, it sucks. Hey, Malunis.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell us about some pre-orders that went up and then transition us into our podcast topic?
Yes, they have pre-orders for Saber, which may or may not be called Volume 1, 2, and 3. Technically not Volume 2 because that one for some reason didn't pop up. We've been
they're just skipping it.
I
guess they're skipping the complete set of the third one too.
You know what? I had a theory about this because I remember this happening with 01. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm misremembering, that the one that for some reason didn't go up was one that had build content in it or something.
Wasn't that like set 2 or whatever that had Perfect Kingdom Grease? Yeah.
So I wondered if maybe sometime between the hiatus and I guess now maybe they've had enough time to make Naki and they were like, yeah, we can just put that in Saber.
Or like what we were saying, there's no Arc 1 ready yet, and Arc 1 is gonna be in Saber set 2.
No, remember how we took so long to get Tsukiyomi and stuff? We're actually gonna get Arc 1 in Saber set like 9 or 10.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's gonna.
You know what?
That's it. That's gonna be how it's happening.
You know what? It is appearing within the last 5 episodes, so I can't be too mad.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be too broken up if I don't.
I mean, I'm also not. I'm getting this set for Dodo is what I'm basically telling you right now.
Yeah.
And the accessories.
And you're probably gonna need extras.
I have my ways to get the Another Riders. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, the other writers are also nice, but I'm just saying that the main draw of this wave is not going to be Arc 1, I can tell you that much.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted in there for completion's sake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't wait to see what sort of, like, fun thing... I mean, this is, once again, this is assuming it's Arc 1. It probably is Arc 1, but, like, Soto's thrown some really weird curveballs before.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like a month ago when we were given our AI 10 predictions, we were completely wrong.
Yeah, outside of Arc 1, nothing came to fruition.
Okay,
right.
That was said.
I don't want this to
and
become...
even Arc 1 hasn't yet, so...
I don't want this to be a whole topic. I'm just going to say offhand, I'm at this point, I'm just saying, if we get Arc 1 in this last wave, the only thing that we can get is summer movie content in Naki. I do not have high hopes for an Izu or a Fighting Jackal Raider as like an addendum figure.
I don't think those are happening. I don't think those are happening at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only way that those are happening is if there is really that much demand in the service.
And then other things for Saber would be whatever Visa Next get announced post show, which we'll know probably by the end of the month what Visa Next we're getting. So
I didn't really see if there was confirmation of this, but supposedly, actually, Corey, you've got the magazine now. Maybe you can help.
I have it right next to me.
Oh, you do? Nice. Supposedly, there was something in there about the summer movie. About how it's like debuting.
I can't read any of this. How am I supposed to help you with that?
Well, do you?
I do know there was a really cool little 2-page spread of some 01 Soto figures.
Yeah, that was.
I was gonna say
in front of it though, it was like.
Do you see anything in there about Saber and Blades meeting 01? Because that was one of the things I heard.
What?
It was something like Saber and Blades appear in the 01 summer movie debuting at the end of August, supposedly.
Was that for the summer movie or was that for...
I saw a summer movie.
Oh,
so.
okay. That's a good question. Oh, is it like the picture of the two of them holding hands, I guess, or whatever they're doing?
I mean, it's Saber and Blades holding hands, but it's not 01's not hanging out there.
Okay, so maybe I can't get confirmation for this.
You know what? Hold on. I've got that app that translates. Hold on, and I do see a date here. It's like 9/1.
That would probably be for the show.
It says the October issue, which releases on 9/1, will show off a new rider in a new form.
Oh, okay.
Or at least pretty much something along those lines.
That's what I'm seeing.
The thing that I saw was that it apparently debuts just before the final episode, which that is kind of standard for the summer movies, where it'll be like a day or so before a new episode. But yeah, I guess the reason to bring this up is that we may or may not hear about summer movies soon, if it's true.
I would imagine there was a tweet, I believe it's from this past week from, I think it was from Toei, that basically just kind of said, "Hey, we're still doing those." So,
was Shirakura just trying to answer questions again?
No, I think it was. I don't remember. I don't think it was from him. I think it was just from some official Toei verified account or something. I think they posted
you wouldn't think he'd talk about Saber since he doesn't want to get political about dragons.
But I remember because they tweeted out something more because there was a couple months ago there was the typical webpage they set up for the movies, which right now still just has the basic teaser pictures of them. And I believe that they tweeted out that link again and kind of just put in the tweet, they're like, "Hey, we're working on that." So.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because when they first announced it, they specifically did not say these movies were canceled. They were just postponed.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take them too long to film a movie, so shockingly. So I guess it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
too much.
they got this down.
Yeah, it's like 2 episodes. What are you doing?
Anyway, just to bring us back to the Saber toy listings, because I had to, while we were talking, I was like taking the time to open them up. Volume 1 complete set has 10 items, and then the just regular Volume 1 has 12. It's like a pack of 12. And then Volume 3 is also a pack of 12. And just going by Amaaaaaazing's prices, it seems like they're discounted at the moment. So Volume 1 is
They're always like that?
Huh?
They're always like that. They always slash the price. Like,
fair enough.
I'm going off of the price that was typically slashed when I make my, do the division and all that stuff. So it is the same price as it normally is.
Okay, because I was going to say right now the complete set is $33.34, and the pack of 12 is like $39.96. So that's like, it's not too much of a price jump. And the reason I bring that up is because we got confirmation that Saber may be slashing out the complete set.
What?
Wait, I thought you would have been all over this.
Yeah, I thought you would have seen that in the blog.
Holy shit.
What? Hello? What? Huh? What?
So
You didn't see that in the blog?
I wasn't paying attention. What's happening? Hello?
yeah, so the blog made specific mention that pre-orders would be going up, and what G told us was that we would be seeing Volume 1 complete set, then Volume 2 and Volume 3, and then basically apologized, saying that after Volume 1, we will no longer be doing the complete set. We apologize to people who've been collecting that way. It doesn't really affect the people who've been like individually buying them, but for those who were buying the box sets, we're sorry.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, that's been a topic for the last few days when that news broke in the Discord.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have not touched wow.
Well, I'm glad we got that,
dude.
I'm glad we got your reaction on the podcast then.
Here's the thing. It makes sense.
Yeah, that is something I wanted to bring up from the Discord. Is that it definitely feels like, if you think about it in retrospect, the news that 01 was doing this complete set thing was just like really amazing within the context of having to collect extras from Geo. But like,
right.
When you think about it, that complete set thing kind of went away after the 4th set with Metal Build. And before that, it was just like, oh, this just applies to all the forms from the first quarter of the show.
Mm-hmm. And like,
yeah.
Because how waves typically get sent out for American stores and stuff, it's like sometimes they pack in extras of another thing, like an extra thing, like just to balance out that sort of wave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like balance out that budget.
Yeah.
Print extra of a cheaper figure in order to get more money into, like, I don't know, a more expensive figure. So it makes sense. You're taking out, like, with the complete sets, you're taking out that opportunity to get your money back on certain molds.
And I was also like saying in the Discord that in a way it's kind of redundant to have the complete set, while also saying also the waves will have even distribution of the bodies and armors. So I was like, okay, so you're solving the problem 2 different ways, and it's probably going to save you a little bit of money if you cut off one of those ways.
Yeah.
I say.
Okay, I gotta pre-order that now then.
Yeah.
What was it again? Soda Boys Toy.
Soda Boys Toy.
Check our
Soda
Twitter
Boys Toy. I gotta say though, boy is a really funny word to say. And I say it a lot.
That is not what I expected you to say. I mean, I don't really know what I was expecting, but yeah, it wasn't that.
Yeah, that's fair. Dang. What am I going to do with all these extras? Should I just wait until it's on Mandarake?
Currently Saber Set 1 is in my 1 day category, so...
I don't know if there's a cart for that in Mandarake. The 1 day
Actually,
cart.
the entire store of Mandarake is my 1 day cart.
Yeah, that's true. Dang, should I get this? That is... Ah! Ugh. Man, I don't know. Like, this was such a consistent flow of... Oh, man, I don't know.
The complete boxes were really nice, and it's kind of sad to see that go.
I suspect that it will feel a little bit more like Build, where it'll be like the first set is a box set, and then maybe if there's a wave that has notably special content like a power-up, then maybe that's a box.
Yeah. Well, what that makes me wonder is how many, like... Because what you would really... I mean, granted, this can kind of segue into our topic, but... I guess it kind of depends on, like, how many sabers you would need to do, like, his different halves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also it could depend on how many of those we'll actually be getting.
Yeah, I was immediately looking at the listing, the complete set, saying that it had 10 boxes, and I was just immediately like, okay, so Saber, Blades, and 3 Saber forms, probably. That's kind of...
You know what?
That's kind of just...
I'm thinking about what... I'm sorry, this is a little off topic. I'm thinking about what the blog was saying, and they were saying something like, yeah, we're sorry that the listing's gonna go up with a tentative name or something. And I'm like, oh well, that's fine, guys. I don't that doesn't matter. Apparently, I read it wrong. It's not, hey... I completely misinterpreted the Google Translate on that one. That's coming back to me.
I like how all of the Saber stuff, because it wasn't just the Soda stuff that went up for pre-order on Monday. That was fun.
Uh-huh.
I pre-ordered a driver. That happened.
Oh my god.
Whoops.
You got a bookshelf that also holds a sword?
I did.
Wow.
I'm trying to see if I can find the comment that I translated in our Discord.
The what?
The comment from G, where he basically apologized for this.
Yeah, hold on.
I love how they apologize for things that, like, we're like, well, it's all good.
No, yeah. This one kind of sucks, though.
Yeah.
And he also straight up acknowledged, like, I know that this really doesn't matter to the people who've been buying them individually, but for the people who've been, like, the term they use I would translate as the complete setters, like the complete set types.
Man, how nice must it be to be like, oh, I need another 0-1 body. Let me go to the grocery store and pick up another one. That's right. Like,
but I feel like they've done such a good job in, like, balancing out the distribution anyway. And,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Once again, the main way people are getting them are from that. Like, we were pretty much the only people that benefited from complete sets. I mean, I know people in Japan got those, but...
Oh, I mean, they were nice for anyone because, you know, you just get the whole thing in one go.
Yeah.
I mean, just the best part, honestly, was, like, whenever we had multiple 0-1 bodies, so you could display everything and all that. That was really nice.
Yeah, I really hope...
I found the comment. It was...
oh, go ahead.
He was saying that they were no longer doing complete sets. This is what he said, quote, "And I'm very sorry, but the complete set will be gone starting from the second wave of the new series. Although it is not a factor for individual purchasers, I would like to apologize to the complete set collectors from the bottom of my heart, so I give this prior notice before the new series starts."
Wow, I should have made a bigger stink about that on the Twitter account.
I was looking at that. I was looking at the news. Apologies, I do not always check our Twitter, but I saw this news in the blog, and I was just like, Yeah, I bet Corey's probably saying a lot about this on Twitter.
Oh God, no! I was blissfully unaware until this very moment.
Recording.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
But you know what? I'm just gonna say right now, I've now had the experience of having the one body in multiple armors because of that's how my Chronicle Deno works. So it's like, you know what? I'm fine with not doing the hunt this time. I'm fine with just like collecting the sets and just letting whatever happens happen.
Yeah.
I'll have my the Brave Dragon, the default form, on the shelf with the other main riders, and then like, you know, maybe hopefully I'll have an extra dragon half that I can use for form changes.
Sure. Yeah.
That's my hope.
I mean, however it shakes out, because I've got theories.
We all do. So why don't we?
We all do.
Why don't we all share our homework?
Yeah, why don't
I got homework.
Hell yeah. Who wants to go first?
I mean, mine's very just. I wrote it on a piece of paper. So.
Whoa.
Also, do we want to drop this in our personal Discord chat, or do we want to just drop it publicly?
We'll do it in our Discord chat and then drop it publicly once the episode goes out.
Sure.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Go for it.
But go one at a time so we reveal it to each other.
Yeah. So, Josh?
Oh, I'm going first. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what I did was, so I know that we talked about how they could be called volumes, based off listings and everything. So I kind of rolled with that. Exactly. I kind of rolled with that. I also kind of was in my head thinking it'd be really cool if they were called chapters. I really like that idea. Because I just really like that. So for set 1, basically, I figured we would have, what did I do? 6 boxes for it. To have Saber with his, like, I was basically breaking it down like a build figure, kinda. You know, where like he's kind of, or I guess more double really would fit better, but like, you know, in typical Soto you would have build. So I had like, because his base form is called Brave Dragon, so I'm assuming like the one half is called Brave, like the black half of him.
I want to say that it was like the Jakun one, the Jack and the Beanstalk form. That's called Dragon Jakun.
Okay.
I want to say Peter Fantasisto.
Oh
was
yeah,
also
you're
called,
right.
I think it was literally called Dragon Peter.
Yeah. Because I did look that up today because I was doing my homework and that was relevant.
I included basically Saber's 2 halves for that, and then the Peter half and the Jakun half, you know, basically to make his 3 forms right out the gate, because I figured that makes the most sense. And then Blades, whatever you're supposed to say it, he's in there, of course. Basically, my thought process was it's probably going to be very similar to 01's first set, where you got like 3 forms in the secondary. So I figured this formula fits almost the same, so I figured this makes the most sense. You know, everything we see, what we're going to see in the first couple episodes. So that's all I had for the figures. And then for kind of just some things like that they could throw in. So I know they always kind of somewhat change up something about the figure every year. And I thought it would maybe be interesting if they introduced the ball jointed hands to the figures. You know, like that the Gaim Chronicle figures have. Since you know, it's kind of a new thing that they just showed off, so it's like obviously something they, you know, are going to be maybe putting into the main line. And then it would and since they kind of put it in for Gaim for the Dai Maru, you know, to kind of do the sword poses, well, Saber's definitely going to be able to do some sword poses. So I figured it would make the most sense.
And I feel like I feel like that innovation also really speaks toward like just something that they were able to improve with Candy Toy in general.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the way that they were talking about it was like, oh yeah, this one person figured it out for Candy Toy, like for Yudo, and we brought it over to Soto, and I think that might propagate because like Yudo is retail and for babies, like Malunis said
Yeah, I was
last
about
week.
to say.
Yeah, so there's no more higher or lower of a risk of a child swallowing it if it has a ball connected to it rather than just a straight peg.
Yeah, that's exactly my reasoning. Where I was like, well, if Sentai could do it, then I don't really see a reason why retail, regular,
Oh, yeah,
comic
for sure.
shop could do it.
Well, I guess the mentality is I don't know why they wouldn't.
The only
No,
reason
I
I
don't
would
either.
think of it is the reason that I was against it, which was consistency.
Absolutely, but they
But
showed
also,
with
but also, you know what
Gone
else?
that's
Huh?
they showed with Gone that that's not even they don't even care anymore.
I was also gonna say, you know what?
Consistency
Also,
be damned.
you know what also causes problems when you try to do consistent things with hands? Sochok henshin. With those articulated fingers.
Oh my god,
yeah.
that still plagues toy lines to this day. My
Ultra
God.
Action Series.
Exactly that one. That poor line.
But yeah, Josh, anything else?
So I also kind of figured that they could do, just for like some like accessory pieces, I guess, that they could have. It'd be really cool if they did like versions of the driver for, you know, when the sword's in there, when it's not in there, like just a swappable piece for that. Like I was thinking, you know, like one of them could come with the dragon half or something, and one of them would be in the other half. It's kind of like how the attached caliber, the like sword version was in one of them, and like the suitcase was in another one, something kind of like that, but for the driver.
I didn't end up going with this, but that was also my thought. Like, depending on how important the sword placement is, they could probably include one with one half of the body and then one with the other half.
Yes, yeah. So, and that's basically what I did for my set one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. Who wants to go next? Me or you?
I think I'm ready to go.
Alright, go for it.
Yeah, so
I can't wait to see this.
Previously, I've done something like this for Gaim and also Forze, and both times I did kind of a dumb thing where I would just like focus entirely on the main rider and then have some really rough placeholders for the rest of them. Oh, also I did that with 0-1, so very convenient on doing it with Saber. This time I decided to fully focus on the main guy and then also like add a little bit of extra focus on him. So it's not even a wave layout, it's just a general idea of how Saber going to be handled. So I'm just dropping this image in here. Just like showing how it would be broken down between the two boxes. And then also,
interesting.
Also what it looks like completed, where there would be stickers versus paint and the plastic color underneath.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
I really like this.
That makes a lot of sense because you put all the white in one and then the black in the other. I
was also going to say, I'm not promising that this is realistic, but it's as close to realistic as I can get without being in the business.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
interesting.
So the general idea I will say about the armor is that I assumed based on the way it seemed like the form changes work that this would involve a new setup with the torso where it would be like armor that pegs into the side when you remove the arm. And then for the cloak, the thing that I thought was, well, cloaks usually are handled with this really clunky setup where it's like something pegged into the sides or that's attached to the back actually, and then has ball joints on the side. I thought, what if instead you had ball joints on the belt strap? And one of those ball joints is for the sword holster. And I was really not sure how I would want to do the sword holster. I ultimately just decided, what if there's just a peg hole on the back of the sword that you could just peg onto that? rather than like an alternate, rather than an alternate piece.
Here's something that you know what? I'm just gonna throw it into my speculation. Never mind. We'll talk about it after.
Okay.
But this,
I really like this graphic.
Yeah, this is very, very well done.
I also decided, well, one of the things that they will probably cheap out on in terms of stickers is the Wonder Ride book. Because, like, leave that blank.
I agree.
And also,
well, I mean, as I think it should.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in my coloring choices, I also made decisions like maybe they would add paint to the feet to get the black part, but they won't bother with the red stripe. Just little things like that I'm very familiar with from Soto.
Right. And we also know that the price didn't change whatsoever.
Hmm.
So,
it's not for Saber either?
what do you mean?
I thought you were saying that the price for the Saber sets hasn't changed compared to 01.
What are you talking about? The price didn't change.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, is what you meant by that.
Oh, well, okay.
Anyway, I guess with the way that I've laid things out with the second half, the B-side, I guess technically this would also mean that the sword that it comes with might end up being molded in a different color depending on the form.
Quite possibly.
You know, that's thinking realistically with how Soto works.
Right.
And also candy toys in general, like the Arms Action Zangetsu here with the white sword.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my prediction. I thought instead of doing placeholders, because I really don't know what order things would actually come in, I just decided I'm just going to focus on the main guy, just kind of figure out what kind of unique body type they would probably work out.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Are you doing the chest ball joint?
I decided I would just like ignore that, because like I was thinking back to when I brought it up and how I said that Blades looks like he has armor that would work with that. I forgot that the ball joint actually starts at the belt. I was thinking it was like an upper chest thing. So
Right.
So all my speculation on that, it kind of goes out the window.
Hey, that's fair. This looks great. This is a very nice graphic. So
What you got?
all right, cool. I've got my homework, and I'm trying to make it as authentic as possible. And you know how whenever you like download a Soto image, it just has sort of like some extra white around it for the full wave layout?
Sure.
I just sort of did that.
Oh, yeah.
This is all done in PowerPoint, by the way.
Oh, I would expect
man,
nothing
good
less.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So
that looks good.
this is my bold prediction. I think the main form is to take a... Huh?
Did you like scan these from the magazine?
It's called taking a picture, Josh.
You aren't supposed to know about Peter.
I
I was thinking back to that recently, like, man, that is the best take on that meme.
I like how you just made it the Jack and the Beanstalk, but blue.
Yeah.
Look, there wasn't one. There wasn't a Jack and the Beanstalk.
I know there wasn't.
Genuinely, I was looking at this from a quick glance, just going like, was there something I missed where he glows?
Shut up. So how it's laid out is that you have your base body, right? And then you lay on the armor right. The R, side R for number 2.
Mm-hmm.
You plug all that in, you get your main rider. And then for 3 and 4, the left sides, those would be separate boxes. Because, like, I was just thinking about how the head is supposed to work. And if we assume that Saber does not use the middle portion, at least for the initial part of the show, then it might be easier to make a different underhead, like a different underlying head, and fit that in with the left side, and then have the flame piece peg in on top of it. Does that make sense? Like,
right.
So, yeah. And, like, each of them would come with their, you know, like, two. Like, box 2 is gonna come with the driver with one of the books in it, and then the rest of them are gonna come with 2 books in it.
Yeah.
And then, like what Josh was saying, obviously Blades is gonna be in there. So I put him in as well. And then, so how I worked it out in my head was that, because, like, this is not just your standard half and half body. Because conceivably, you would need to take up 3 boxes to make 1 extra form, right?
I gotcha.
Just the way that I laid it out.
Yeah.
So it is a complete set of 10, right? So you'd have 1 and 2 as your main rider, 3 and 4 as, you know, basically everything here. 6, right? 6 boxes, but then that still leaves 4 slots open for that complete set. And what if you just fit in 2 more of boxes 1 and 2?
Oh, I see how it works. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the mentality behind this.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, if they're able to reduce the amount of plastic per box outside of, like, the body boxes, then you can have extra little things like the foot treads that I put into 3. And I didn't quite know what else to put for Beanstalk, so I put that in 4. So I put, like, a vine in 4 as, like, an accessory.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, this is how I don't know how realistic this is. It's just me trying to figure out, because Soto's always innovating, and I think this might be the best way to make that happen.
Yeah,
especially if you need potentially more budget for PVC.
Mm-hmm.
You could put those into the individual ones, like the 3s and the 4s, and the 6s,
like,
because you know it's got those flaps.
That was a thing that I was saying last time, is that whatever they're gonna do, G is gonna have to do something completely new, because in the time that he's worked with Soto, as far as we're aware, like during Geo and 01, this would be the most unique, I think, that he would have to do.
Yeah.
I can't even say that he's done anything like Chronicle, because he's not been involved with Chronicle.
That's true. Another thing that I'm thinking, typically the hilts have not been molded, obviously, and that's probably because there's a bottom piece that's too large for it to be molded, like, accurately in, like, the actual sword. But here it tapers in, so I'm thinking, what if we just get an accurate looking hilt?
I'd be down for that. Also, I meant to say this last time, Blades has that specific sort of hand guard with his sword design. I really hope they can work that in, because that's a good look.
It absolutely is. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I wonder if it might have to be like a separate PVC part, just so it doesn't stick out too much without, snapping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't snap.
Also meant to say, since I'm seeing how you laid out yours, I did mean to say that when it came to Blades, probably the standard armor set, but they're really gonna have to figure something out with the cloak and the cape in the back.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I could not find the font that they use for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
It looks pretty close.
It's sort of there, but all this is done in PowerPoint, and this absolutely proves that the regular one is done in PowerPoint.
Nice.
So this is a twofer. I also made sure that it did actually say Soto, Kamen Rider Saber Volume 1, and
I was wondering
if
you
all the
did
Japanese down there says I think it was
yeah.
like the form name body, form name right, form name left, form name body, form name middle.
M.
So
I like the details.
Nice.
thank you.
You just reminded me, since you brought it up, two things about the name Soto, Kamen Rider Saber, Volume 1, etc. I'm curious how this is going to be written out in English because it uses kanji. I'm not sure if Volume 1 is going to for sure be the name that they go with, or if that's like a placeholder. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But also, one thing that I did catch from the blog when they brought up Soto Saber, they made a specific mention about how they did that thing where they use quotation marks to speak for, basically say, this is what the fans are like. In this case, they said, I can't find Soto because I don't know what the kanji is for it. And for that reason, they're using English for the main line.
Oh, yeah, that was...
Simplifying.
it's been a while since they said something like that, but yeah.
Yeah. Just like, oh, that's nice. That's also what Chronicle was doing, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good stuff.
Just trying to make it easier on everyone. Because, the thing that makes it very difficult to search for Soto on a thing like Mandarake or From Japan is that there's just, like, almost a different set of kanji for almost every series.
Yeah, I mean, it was neat. It was a neat attention to detail.
It was cute.
Yeah. I liked it.
Better
anyway.
now.
So those were all our predictions.
Yes.
Unless you guys had anything else before we move into everyone else's predictions.
I don't.
No, that's pretty much what I had. So.
All right, cool. Let's dive in here. The first prediction comes from Peacemaker 2448, who says the running change will probably be ball jointed hands from the guideline. That feels like a good thing to have for the other sword wielding rider show. Yep. For the figures themselves, Saber will be split like the Ames riders, with one box being most of the body while the other is in the rest and relevant armor pieces. Everyone else might follow this or be standard design. It depends on their form changes. So box layout.
So the box layout will have.
Oh yeah, we will have Saber 2 boxes, Saber Dragon Jack 2 boxes, Saber Dragon Peter 2 boxes, Blades Beyblade 2 boxes, and Caliber 2 boxes. So that was the thing.
Bold prediction.
Huh?
I was gonna say bold prediction at tossing Caliber in early on.
Yeah. Like that was the thing I was having difficulty with because I didn't know. If I did the standard like half and half, like everyone's suggesting, then there would be like the extra slot for just anything, and you filled that with Caliber. So let's see, and then they made an image for it, photo for reference on Saber Split. Didn't have the right material for the other Sonofa layout for me. Also, since the form changes are on the other arm, naming is technically backwards to accommodate. Okay.
Is that PowerPoint?
I can't tell. I think this might be Photoshop.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Blade Raider, who is the final one, says things I'd like to see. Hold on, let me clear my throat. Get some water.
Water.
Things I'd like to see. The skirts to be PVC like Tsukiyomi / Poppy skirts. It's a simple setup and works well most of the time. There's the Chrono/Wizard armor way as well, but that takes more parts, in quotations, and doesn't always work well or look good. Ball jointed hands like Kira Major, think that's something everyone is on board with. Yeah.
Really?
Tilted forward hands a la Gaim. I do not think that's an unreasonable request since they're all sword users. Put them in with the forms like Jakun and Peter, if need be. Just don't make only one pair for the entire line, please. That's something I'm wary of because their hand colors are different in each form.
Well, I'm assuming what Blade Raider is getting at is just include because the thing about Rider is that most of the time they're all right-handed, so I'm assuming what Blade Raider is saying is just put right hand with the armor sets. Just like the same way that Gio would just like toss in alternate hands with their figures. Although they usually toss them in with the body, so
Yeah, I don't know.
Basically what I'm saying is based on the tradition, I'm assuming that Saber will exclusively use his right hand for sword fighting.
Sure. But if you make an option hand, it has to be available for both sides.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think Gio played by that rule technically, just because it would include one alternate hand. But yeah, I guess in the end they balance it out.
Yeah, there was the one. But when they did the Gaim one, it bent out. But that is because there were two swords.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like for a sword holding hand option like that, you'd probably want both.
Yeah.
Alright, he goes on to say, this is the first time the first wave has so many different boxes in it. If you haven't noticed, Amaaaaaazing's case of 12 listings says there's 10 types. Types is the word they use for different boxes. Oh.
Yep.
That changes my whole layout.
What? We talked about that before, where the complete set has 10 boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just assumed that, like, you know how the complete set,
gives you one for everything?
For the first one, it had however many boxes, but it had extra bodies. Like, it had extra 01 bodies.
Oh, yeah.
I was just assuming 10 total.
Yeah, that would still work out.
Yeah.
No, but he's saying different boxes.
Oh.
The contents in each box would be different.
Well, I'm assuming that's just saying, I don't know. I actually.
But he said
wait,
for
like
the case of 12.
Oh.
For the case of 12, there's 10 types.
That's.
Oh, so you have 2 extras, right?
Well, no, that would go back to what Peacemaker was saying about Saber Dragon, Saber Brave Dragon, Saber Dragon Jack.
Right,
Saber
yeah, that's what I'm
Dragon
saying.
Peter.
You would have one of those for each of them, and then
yeah. So basically, nothing like what I just did.
You know what? I'm just gonna say all we know is that there's gonna be 10 unique things in the complete set. We'll find out what those unique things are later on.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. This is just speculative. This is just fun. I mean,
think about it. We're like,
this is Soto. We're all gonna be wrong. At the end of the day, none of this is right.
Yeah, actually, the first figure in here is going to be in another rider.
Yeah, they're gonna renege on what they told us just now. Sure.
No, you see, actually,
yeah, I mean, like
the surprise figure in Saber Set 1 is another blade.
Yeah, and also the actual surprise from Soto is that they lied. Gio's not done.
That's actually kind of clever to put in another blade. I was gonna just say that they just decided, hey, we're just gonna retool one of the existing ones to make another Saber just for the hell of it.
I still really want another blade just because like it had such a sad looking face. It was
one's one of my favorites.
And I never got my favorite design, which was another ghost.
Ah, that one was really cool. Yeah.
I don't know. That one looked like trash garbage, but whatever.
I just got my favorite, another Decade. So
That's true. But, like, that's the thing. You stop at the one that you could easily remold into the end.
that's what I was just thinking. I was like, now we have like 80% of DN done.
I know. What do you guys do? Wait. Yeah,
Layout
whatever.
for
Anyway,
Volume 1.
layout for Volume 1. 1 and 2, Saber. 3 and 4, Blaze. Can't wait to see what the stand stickers do. Can't wait to see the stand stickers so I know what to call them. 5, Jakun.
Exactly.
Domam. Okay. Peter Fantasista. And then if it's all Saber, 7 and 8, Espada. 9 and 10, Caliber. I'd replace Espada with Blades / Blades' forms if I knew what they were. Also, was also tempted to put Saber's bike in the lineup, but there's a CGI dragon that may or may not get toys, so I'd put it with the dragon if they make it.
It'd be cool if they make the dragon in like the kind of the slot of like the 5.5 or the extra set, like with his bike.
Here's the thing. You know me. I still love the EX sets. I love the 0.5s. But like they scaled back from the year before because Tide Machines just failed.
Yeah.
And
You know
then what?
Go on. Actually, I'll say
with 0-1, they scaled that back, and like I still see them on Mandarake for like deep discount. I don't know if their experiment worked, and I don't know if we're even getting EX.
I really hope so. I hope they continue to give us the bikes.
What? Yeah, I'm saying like having.
I guess they could.
Like what?
I guess they could go like how Build did it.
Yeah, because like Blade Raider was objecting to the idea of Saber in the Saber's bike in the lineup, but I think the CGI dragon. I don't know, man.
I think it also depends on how much Saber has to do.
Also, like, I guess it also depends on how popular Saber is.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
Because
like since we didn't get like actual
be,
toy scans, we don't know all the forms that we're getting necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what would be kind of appropriately scaling back since you mentioned that. They had the Time Machine that didn't do so well, so they have a cheaper kind of mammoth armor. The way you would scale that back further is just to have Saber and Blades' bikes and nothing else.
Yeah, that could work.
Sure. Yeah,
I'm saying that because
I want Blades.
I have always wanted those 3-wheeler motorcycles in the line. So please give me that.
That would be really cool.
Here is a depressing counter thought. Mm-hmm. We have gotten bikes recently.
Yeah.
And they weren't in Bandai.
No. Oh no.
But also that was like, hey, do you want a bike for Kuuga that has as much budget as Kuuga?
But like also this is the space to that people directly ask for some of the niche items, and I feel like if they fail again this year, like however they choose to put it in the line, if they fail again, I don't know that we're getting them.
Yeah, I guess so.
So like, to what you were saying, maybe a bike set would be the way to go.
Yeah.
Like 2 halves of a bike and then 2 halves of the other bike.
Or then maybe it comes with some kind of like special like variant figure or something.
I mean, they also just need to use the bikes in the show. If they want to sell these, they have to use them more than once.
That would help.
I don't think I brought this up at all when we were talking about it because I was more focused on Blades' bike. But the thing that I did also notice with Sabers is that it's got a lot of detail that would have to be like stickers. Like there's kind of a pattern on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of made me go, is that going to be all stickers or is that just going to be too complicated for them? I don't know.
Right.
But the other
they go on to say like, hey, if the layout is all Saber, then it would be Espada and Caliber. But if it's featuring 0-1, it would have Naki taking up 2 boxes and fighting Jackal taking up another 2 boxes.
I'd be down.
He's not giving up on fighting Jackal. My thinking for why 01 might be in the first wave is that they have an ongoing backlog now and might as well get an early start on that because it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, for your first wave, your first wave, I don't think so.
I'm standing by the fact that maybe the second wave at earliest. And even then I was just like, is that enough time for them to like fully prototype and prepare a Naki? I don't know.
How long?
I don't know.
Because like it took 6 months from the debut of Ikazuchi.
It would really depend on when G found out about Naki. I don't know. The default assumption is that maybe he found out when he saw the latest episode.
And on top of that, the thing is, like, you have all of Naki's straps to contend with as well, and you have to figure out, okay, when are we going to be using PVC? Is there enough time, or is there enough budget to fit Naki's PVC in here? How do we even go about using PVC for this figure? You know what I mean?
That's true.
It might take longer than 6 months to get Naki.
Kind of kind of like the summer movie writers for Geo.
Yeah, I kind of like Tsukiyomi.
Yeah. Okay.
It takes a while, but we got him.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know that Naki and maybe fighting Jackal. If we are taking bets on the most likely to happen from 01, that would be in the first wave, fighting Jackal is like high on my list, just because like you have most of that mold done.
Yeah, I was also gonna say,
but then again,
I was also gonna say, and they've had time,
right? But the way, like I said that, but the way that she's laid out, they had problems putting Lightning Hornet onto the market just because I don't know, like the way the mold is set up, half of the body just doesn't exist on the correct sprue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. It's tough. They might actually have to make a new mold. Use the same CAD model, but make a new mold. If they wanted to do that. Anyway. What time are we at? Oh.
So over an hour, probably.
It's an hour and a half, my friend. Guys!
Get your progress key ready, Corey.
I gotta find it. I lost it in the process. I don't know where it went.
Oh no, mine's on the other side of the room.
Oh no. Can we all get ours?
Yeah, I can go grab it.
Josh, you run over there. Malunis, say words with your mouth.
Thanks for listening, everyone. There's probably something in the description about Black Lives Matter, right?
Alright, I got up and grabbed it. I got it.
Oh.
Also,
by the way,
in the description is a link to the Twitter thread that I posted for this episode, where you could find all the images, or it'll be posted in the podcast topics channel Discord. I might pin it, just because
it's a special occasion.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? I bought... This is the only reason I bought this! Where did you go?
I loved your reaction to the hinge on the key.
Yeah, so it's such a good hinge, too.
What? It's a lovely hinge.
Yeah, I could now see how Aruto's actor could flip that out, just like when you're pushing with your thumb and you flick it.
Oh, yeah. There's just a lot of minutia that you don't get. I'm sorry, guys. This isn't... Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay, I'm ready.
Alright.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you like this episode, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Once again, if you weren't able to submit your topic, tell us in the comments down below or in the podcast topics channel in our Discord. But with that said, once again, like Malunis was saying, there are links to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement in the description down below. Also, if you have any other charities that you want to talk about, throw them into the comments and even into the podcast feedback portion of the Discord. We had a submission from Peacemaker2448 who says, so Games Done Quick is doing their SGDQ event online this year. It will be benefiting Doctors Without Borders and run from August 16th to the 23rd. God, I hope I get this out at the right time. On Twitch, twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick, there will be a multitude of runs to watch and a schedule if you're interested in something particular. Those links will be in the description down below. Also, when you donate, you are entered into various raffles or for prizes and can push for various incentives throughout the week. One last note, the Yeti usually partners up with GDQ for merch like t-shirts, pins, and posters for the event, and proceeds from those sales of those also get donated to the charity. So thank you, Peacemaker2448, for submitting that as well as your regular podcast topic. We'll be leaving those links in the description down below. That's a really cool one. Yeah, once again, Black Lives Matter. Donate or sign petitions, whatever you do, as long as you do it, it absolutely helps. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, I guess. Keep it.
Ability.
I'm gonna have to sync that up later.
I didn't even do the right one.
I noticed.
Kamen Rider.